of statistics. Today we're going to look at binomial experiments, yeah? And a binomial distribution is probability experiment for discrete random variables that has the four following features, yeah? As we can see here, binomial distribution is a probability experiment for a discrete random variable. And the four following feature is that it has to be more than one, it has to have two possible outcomes, it has to remain constant, and it has to be independent. And you should all be familiar with all of what this is from the previous videos, yeah? So let's look at the most basic when it comes to binomial. So when we do binomial experiments, we have to consider the mathematical symbol n exclamation mark, which represents the product of all integers from number n down to 1, yeah? And it is read as n factorial or factorial of n. Hope that makes sense. I will show you as well. So as we can see here, so the 3 exclamation mark is 3 times 2 times 1, and that will be equal to 6. Yeah? And if I take 7, for example, we will take 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. It would be very, very, very annoying and sad to have to write this out every time you do a binomial experiment, and therefore you can use this representation of the integers by using the function right here. Yeah? And if we do 10, for example, it will be 10 times 9 times 8, blah, blah, blah. You get the point, yeah? So instead of doing that, you can also use this on your calculator. Some scientific calculators have this option, yeah? And I'm not sure if your iPhone have it or whatever. But this is pretty much the formula we're going to use. And n, as we know, is the total number of trials. P is the probability of success and the outcome we want to find, obviously. The Q is the probability of failure, yeah? And the X is the success in n trials. Essential to remember that. But let's look at when we confine it to this formula right here. So it's n squared, n exclamation mark, or n factorial, or factorial of n, divided by x factorial squared n minus a. Yeah, you get the point, yeah? So if we have a question as follows, so 5% of all computers manufactured by company X. You know, company X is our favorite company. We use it in all our videos for some reason. Maybe I need to be some change a little bit or something, but you get the point. So you have company X, and you have 5% of the computers that's being manufactured are defective. So it's not doesn't work. 5% of the computers that we are shipping are defective. They randomly selected 3 computers from the product line. Okay. So here we got a lot of information, more than you actually know. So if you consider this one right here, where's the mouse? Here we go. This formula right here, we have to consider all essential stuff. So we know that n is 3 because it's given in the question. So n equal number of trials equals 3 computers, yeah? And then we have to consider x. And x is required number of defectives, yeah? Which is 1, right? And then we have to take the n minus x, which is numbers of non-defectives, which is 3 minus 1 equal 2, yeah? And then we have to look at the probability of success. So the probability of success is 0.05. Success is to find a defective headphone. It's not correct headphone. It should say computer. Yeah? And the Q is the probability of failure. Yeah? And it's 1 minus P, which is equal to 0.95. Let me remove this. Which is 1.95. Yeah? And they ask us to calculate the probability that exactly one of these three is defective. So he takes 3 computers or headphones or whatever you want. I don't know why I wrote headphones here, but I must be working on different questions. But imagine someone takes 3 computers from a shipment, and your manager would like you to calculate the probability that exactly one of these 3 is defective. Yeah. So what you do is that you substitute everything into a formula. So we have the n, we have the x, we have the n minus x, we have the probability of success, we have the q. Yeah, and you just put it in. So here is the here's the formula right here. So you just substitute everything into the formula, and you will get 0.13. Yeah. So 5% of our computers, blah 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 blah, calculate the probability, etc. So here is the formula before it was converted into this, right? You see that? Probability of success would look something like this, right? And then just convert it into this formula right here. So factor of 3, factor 1, 3 minus 1, times what is it called? The px times the qx times the n minus x, which is right here, and that will give you the answer. Yeah, hope this makes sense. And if you want more detailed information, I'm not going to give it to you, because if you have been watching all my videos, you know how it's done. And I actually, if you found this video a bit confusing, that I didn't go in detail explaining exactly everything, I admit I didn't, but it's because you should already know this from my previous videos. So please go back and watch those, and when you come back to this one, you'll probably get what's happening. Yeah. So that was the end of part 6. Please subscribe, follow the videos to get notified whenever we post, in order for you to learn this material, etc. But as always, I wish you good health and a good day.